How disappointing. I just walked from where the bus terminus was in Bridlington down to the shore, expecting to see lots of signs for the England Coast Path. It's supposed to be officially open from south of Bridlington at a place called Wilsthorpe to Filey Brigg. Now, those who've been following this will know that I've done the final 5 miles or so, and that was very well signed. Come down to Bridlington and I've walked down to this Wilsthorpe place. At least I'm told it's Wilsthorpe, and I did see a sign in a minute that you'll see that says Wilsthorpe, but I have not seen one England Coast Path sign. Talk about being open. It's alright saying it's open, but let's have some proof that it's the England Coast Path. I don't know where it is, but on the theory that an England Coast Path ought to be as close to the sea as possible, I'm starting my walk this morning here at Wilsthorpe. It's Tuesday the 3rd of October 23. So here we go. There's some posts just here, let's get those in. That's where I'm starting, and next time I approach this area, that's when I'll be finishing. Oh, before I go, at the moment, that village further on, seaside village, is Wilsthorpe, but I know that's not included at the moment. Wait till it's open from Hull. So along this, which has got to be the England Coast Path, because it's a nice path along the coast. But where's the sign? Come on. I'm aiming to walk this morning at least as far as Flamborough Head, which you can see somewhere over there. Possibly a bus back from Flamborough to Bridlington, because there won't be a bus from Flamborough to Filey, and the main road is too far away. I couldn't get Wi-Fi working on the Yorkshire buses this morning, so I couldn't look at the map. A lot of memorial seats along the seafront, some with flowers for commemorative remembrance purposes. It's one way of the council to raise money. Hire or have your name plaque on a seat overlooking Wilsthorpe Beach. On the left is a park and ride site, and I see it says pay here in the middle there. It's a massive site, not much used today, not much parking and riding in October around Bridlington. Approaching the end of the park and ride path. Can't call it the England Coast Path because it doesn't say it is. That's the way I'm going to go. It's the way I've already walked up from Bridlington to prove it's Wilsthorpe. That's Wilsthorpe near Bridlington, not Wilsthorpe near Skegness, and there are probably other ones as well. Information point, not much information this morning, probably not much information demand for it. There is a land train, but it only runs at weekends in October. I'm going to go down here onto the promenade rather than walk along the top. No signs telling us about it here either. Go down this path, which wriggles its way down. And around at the bottom. Take the shortest way this time. This is Bridlington South Beach, site of coal down that way. It's black on the beach, and closer to home here is this black on the beach. Coming down here on the bus, it rained dropping on the windows as it usually does. But it's cleared and there's a faint glimmer of a shadow there, so I think the sun's coming out now. We reached the row of beach huts. They're all better when they're all different colours, but anyway, they're there. It's 11:10 now, so I've been going all around just under 10 minutes, I think. Bridlington South Beach, very pleasant beach. Further on, I'd noticed in my walk down to the start point that it had been nicely cleaned and rolled this morning, nice and fresh. And because it was raining, nobody had been on it at that stage. Choice of promenades here. I'll go on the lower one on the theory that it's a coast path and that's nearer to the sea. Now on the lower promenade. On the way down from Bridlington, I pass through the delights on the seashore, so you can look forward to the harbour. There's an amusement arcade and Goose Fair type rides, closed. Here you can see the sand has been smoothed. Just above the high tide line. High tide this morning apparently was 8 o'clock. So quite high tides. Bridlington has a theatre, spa theatre. Everywhere on the east coast has a spa theatre. Except Whitley Bay, they call the Playhouse. Bridlington South Beach. That building there that I thought might have been the Spa Theatre is nothing of the sort. It doesn't say what it is, but it's rather attractive Art Deco. Continuing along the promenade, the Spa Theatre will be along soon. If the coast path runs along the side of the road up there, then I'm in the wrong place. I wouldn't put it up there, I'd put it along here. Lots of visible coal along this bit of the beach. I know I expected to see those in Northumberland, but they've disappeared.
Yeah.
Unlike in the 70s when I was there. And the beaches were black. But we've got all this at Bridlington, so it must be being washed ashore, as there's no pits that deposit just here. Our blue planet. The ice cream kiosk is open. The fish and chip shop wasn't anyway, not when it was raining. Not even on the signboard. Land train station, kiddies corner toilets. The nicely ironed out sand can be seen well here. Just above the toilets, which are open. And we're coming to the Spa Theatre now. The buildings along the seafront, the lifeboat station, another Art Deco one, and there's it says Bridlington Spa. Doesn't say it's a theatre. The lifeboat station and the Spa Theatre. The seafront land train. Do you believe in ghosts and show waddy? Big Girls Don't Cry. Friday 20th of October for them. Spa Theatre fire exits. They have a pantomime from the 13th of December to the 2nd of January. Still Bridlington South Beach. There's a lamp that's on, so I'll report it. Cyclists rejoin the carriageway here, that's nice to know. And we can go down onto the harbour area. Down here. When I looked down here about an hour ago, the tide was on the green area. So it's going to be down to the restaurant on the harbour frontage. I know I can get through this way because that's the way I came, so I'll go back this way, keeping close to the sea as possible. And I came through the harbour car park, the harbour office, and the front of Bridlington Harbour. Not straight on. Approaching this narrow pavement way. A battery change there, and away we go again. A sign that's not a helpful sign to me, and along to the slightly busier than when I first came about an hour ago. I could smell fish and chips, although one fish and chip shop's closed. Fish and chips £8.50, or fish and chips £9.70. Bridlington Heritage Museum. Where was Lawrence in Bridlington? I didn't know D.H. Lawrence came here. Oh, it might be Lawrence of Arabia. Ride on the pirate ship, £3. Harbour is that way, but I don't want to be in the harbour. I want to be along the England coast path, which could be anywhere. Amusement arcade, and the children's equipment. Can't think of many things worse than areas like this in the winter months when it's raining. Luckily it's not raining at the moment, so it could be worse, but the waltzes and things are all closed down. Montezuma's Britain's biggest and best indoor adventure land. Good Time Emporium. Not such a having a good time at the moment. Fenced off. Bridlington Forum. Paddling pool. Dodgems. No, they're on a track, race track, but you have to stay in order, so there's no overtaking on that one. Helter Skelter. And round to the end of the amusement area. Several tiers of promenades there. This is the main one. Victoria Terrace, and behind it the big white building, huge. But on we go. It's described up there as East Riding Leisure, so it's a council leisure centre. I remember a few years ago this part of the promenade was revamped. Nicely patterned tiling. As I walk along the seafront, North Shore is it? Bridlington North Shore. I think our luck's in this morning. There seems to be a land train going past. there it goes, and away. The shore very stony just here, clears nearer the waves, still no sign of any signs. Certainly a very pleasant promenade, very wide, not too busy. October the 3rd. Going to the end of the newer promenade. May get a sign at the end, who knows. Some more signs, Bridlington North Beach. There's a sign for Cycle Route 1 where the Roses Driffield Morecambe, 170 miles coast to coast cycle route. That's interesting. Right. That's the way I've come. The sun's nicely out now. That's out to sea. And that's the way I'm going. Now I don't know whether this is the path down on the lower one. I hope it is, because that's the way I'm going to go. I wrongly said that I come to the end of the new promenade, but I was wrong. I couldn't see this area, so there's quite a way to go yet till we come to the cliffs of Flamborough Head. The time's now 11:50. This promenade is called North Marine Promenade. Mini theatre area here. You could have a show on the prom and the audience can sit there. They've got direction for toilets but not for the England Coast Path. It's mowing the grass today. They're using strimmers for the slopey pieces like this. I can either go down onto the sand, and is there a way off? Still bringing us to North Beach, or I can take the middle track past the cafe, and then it drops down onto the sand at the end, or I can go up here. Seems to be the safest way at the moment. Swimming away. Yorkshire Walls and Driffield 19. Yorkshire Wall, Benton, Scrum 24. Well, I've got to go along that way. And I can't see any signs for the England Coast Path. Limekill Lane. There's the train. Southcliffe Station, Bridlington Spa, Limekill Lane. It goes along to Sylvia Hall Gardens. Right. And here is the station. Passing the White Rose Lodge Care Centre. And we've got a nice view of the cliffs, Flamborough Head cliffs. And HM Coast Guard Operations Centre and Divisional Headquarters. This is Barnes Way. The Clifftop Walk. When I get to the last seat, I shall have a drink. No apples today, and I've got a sausage sandwich. Barnes Way is the England Coast Path, but it ought to be along here, so if it is, it should be this. the seat I'm going to use. I think there are some further ones, and a footpath. That's the way I've just come. If you can hear me, I hope the wind is working. Handbrake, moving on. And that other track seems to be the way that the land train goes. See, I can do videos of trains as well. And there's that one going that way, and there's one of those going the other way towards Filey, and that one departs into the distance. And that's the way I've come. I've been going about an hour and onwards. The previous one was wrong with the telephoto lens on. That was wrong. Further along there's this memorial bar. You can have a name put on there rather than have a seat. Don't tell me those urns with the ashes in. Oh, it's a light a candle. Oh, I see. The White Cliffs of Flamborough. Follow the mole. And then here we are again. Some more frequent service in the National Railway network. I bet these are running tomorrow, 4th of October, when there will be a strike. Won't do any good. Nice part of Bridlington to live, overlooking the sea, looking south. If we don't get some signs soon, I'll despair. We could roll this way, walk for over an hour, and not a sign. Of course, I could have been on the wrong path all the time. I wonder what the flag is. I thought I'd switch it off there, shall keep the feet in. The sign directs us to town centre. This is the path closest to the cliff tops, so I call it the coast path. There's a cafe of some sorts there, and the end of civilization. Way down. Any pretence of path has now disappeared, as have all the signs. Perhaps they never appeared in the first place. A ring of seats all around the sports field. Have a closer look. Makes it quite a work of art. This does. There it is. Carrying on the edge of this big grassy area to the edge of the seated area. A wide expanse of grass now. Some trees in the glade there. well-defined path and a gate. Without a gate and no signs, no signs, but a well-defined path. Along the cliff edge. There seem now to be two paths. I took the one furthest inland on the grounds that the other one's probably falling into the sea further on. Ah, it joins up. To lose the view of the cliffs in the distance in a moment. It's about 12:30 now, an hour and a half so far. Come back into view again, but the sun is not out on them. It will be in a moment. And that's where the sea is, in relation to the present path. And the path has a little bit of ascent here. And on up the hill. What a great stretch of the England coast path, if it is the England coast path. Is the edge of the cliff and another of these symbols, whatever they are, and the cliffs there. Even a handy post there doesn't have one on. Just had a chat with someone. They said there are some a bit further on. We shall see. Bit of a gale at the moment, but it's not the forewarning of some rainy, squally showers. Now what does this tell us? Oh! Oh look, England coast path. We better put a flag out for this. So this is Danes Dyke Local Nature Reserve. Public footpath to Filey Hall to the left. Public footpath to Nature Trail, car park and toilet straight on. This way, public footpath to beach. I'm in the shade there. Let's try that again. The lower bit says public footpath to beach, South Landing, Flamborough Head, 3¼ miles. So that's that way, in which case that's the way I'll go. Oh. This is a bit of a delicate path, steady as we go. The trouble with this sort of going down is that when you cross the bottom of it, it's up the other side. Well, it did say it was a footpath to the beach as well, and from the high cliffs, the only way to get to the beach is to go down. And this footpath is certainly going down. And looking down there, there's still a long way to go down. And we're getting nearer the bottom with every step. It's a bit irregular, and apparently, from conversation just now, the steps the other side are slopey. So that's not good when they're wet and slippery. There's a handy seat, but I've had my rest for the morning. It's now 12:40. And we're still going down, which is good, because the more down we go, the nearer to the bottom we get. Ah, some steep steps with a rail. Now there's a spot to have a lunchtime break. Down to the left-hand turn in the steps, across the bridge and up the other side, across the bridge. That's the way out to sea, that's the way ahead. That's the reason for the drop down and up. Easington Coast Path. How about that then? Doesn't go the other way apparently. This is Danes Dyke. Danes Dyke. No take zone, Flamborough Head. No fishing, no collecting. Don't take anything away. Another of these posts, but there's no Easington Coast Path sign on this one. There is an easy way out, or there's a way out up the steps, which is the Easington Coast Path, of course. So up there. A second set of steep steps, at the top of which there are yet more steps. But all the time, each step is getting us higher and higher. Oh, a set of steep ones down. There's a glimpse of the beach, looking back slightly. I think the route is nearly at the top now. I keep taking a video for which I stop, giving me a chance to get my breath back. Sound certainly travels. There they are right down there. And I hear them talking. We're now at the final set of steps, I think. We've got a funny thing again at the top. That's the funny thing I was talking about. And we're at the top. And a sign, probably to the right. Flamborough Head, 3.5 miles. Is that more than it was before? And through the glade of trees and through the gap in the hedge. It doesn't seem to be getting any closer at the moment. Must be getting closer to Flamborough Head. So in conversation I was told I've got 80 or 90 steps. Is it these? No, there's not 80 or 90 here. Why does it do this? Why doesn't it go around there? It'd be a lot easier. Still, that's more or less at the bottom. Nice gentle ascent on the other side. slowly upwards. And when up you can see what that side looks like. Just 1 o'clock now. I think this is the flat piece. There's a break in the distance views of the cliff. This is the break in the cliffs, I think. Coming up, it looks as if the path goes down. What we need is a railway engineer to design these footpaths for the 21st century, so that no gradient is steeper than about 1 in 50. That would help a lot. Nice little bay there. Nobody in it. Oh, I'm wrong. There is somebody down there. There is somebody down there. Oh, this looks ominous. This is the proper way, and there's the steps going down. I don't know which is the way going up afterwards. Hope it's not up that side. Nearly at the bottom of this piece, and just a few steps to go. That's a lifeboat station, and the steps to go up are directly across there. There's the sign, there's the bottom of the steps, and there's the bay. So it's across that way. Called Flamborough South Landing. What it is not is a personal watercraft launch site, and we've got the group of walkers catching us up, coming down the steps rather more quickly. Here's the beginning of the ascent on the other side. There ought to be a diversion route that avoids this. I'm nearly at the top now. At the top on the left is that path, which is probably the diversion route. And if we go around 180 degrees, that's the way I'm going to go. That's the way I've just come up. People on the top of the other side, some coming down, the other group have just reached the bottom. And there's the way ahead. I bet it's gone up to 4 miles now. It's now down to 2.5 miles. So goody goody, I've done a mile of that 3.5. I think I see a lighthouse somewhere over there. Another of these photo posts. Flamborough seals. And that's the view over Bridlington. I wonder if at one time the walk went down there. Luckily it goes this way this time. Round the edge. And coming out on the other side. It looks as if there used to be a way down and up this side. Maybe it's just the way animals go. But it's fenced off now. Several different layers of colours in the sea. We might have turned a corner as we seem to be generally going in the direction of what I suspect is a lighthouse over there. And that's a good idea, putting a bridge in. Couldn't we have had a bridge over some of those ravines? So over the bridge. I'm looking for people coming the other way. The path could do with straightening out as well. That's at about half the distance. That was a slippery descent. Hopefully it's all flat now around the end and on the north side. lighthouse somewhere over there. We're turning more. Sign here, the path goes round as well, the slope, and turn to the right. All these little black England coast path signs are nice. It needed those at the start of today. There was a split in the tracks there. I took the one nearest the coast. Looks it's alright. Possibly it joins up with the other one anyway. No access down there. Cave down there. Nice bit of rock climbing for someone. And these are the stacks, the arches at the end of Flamborough Head. Nice viewing point there. This looks like the point to go to. Everybody gathering here. It's 2:10 gives your space. That's how it is in relation to the stack. Past a bird hide. I can't see away past that wall, it's fenced off. So I've got over here. Radio stations. So up here we've got the footpath, but I don't know where it goes. As to how I've come from the south up onto this track near the lighthouse. It says public footpath, but doesn't say it's part of the ECP. It's a footpath around the base of the lighthouse, which is there, and sea is there. Headland shop, beach goods, coastal souvenirs, clothing and footwear. Here is the lighthouse. The station is down there, and the coastline goes along there. And the ECP Goes this way. There's the Johnson's Brothers Tours in Flamborough. It's one of those of these. Tells you what you can see and what you can't see. Land's End, 362 miles away. It's 23 miles away, which is further away than Stavanger in Norway. Although is 150 miles. Instead we're on British Meridian. When you look at the whole monument, it's got a nice narrow head pointing down there, and that's north. Right. That's very nice. This is still on the England Coast Path. And off this road comes this track, England Coast Path Bridlington, 5.5 miles, and Filey 15.5.